There comes a time in your life when you actually think of a career change because sometimes you're just forced into it, sometimes you just flow into it. Today, my career change is that I'll now be a retailer, modern retail shopkeeper, because look at the amount of goods I've got to show you. I mean, this is amazing. Can I just slowly take you through? Look, let's all breathe and do this. Let's not go fast. I know lots of things to cover, should go faster, but I just want to do this. I've got the new Pixel 3a. I've got the new Pixel 3a XL, so two new Google phones. I've got the Xiaomi Redmi 7. I teased this one before, the Samsung A70. I've got the Redmi Y3. I will not make the joke of Y3, Y4, Y5. And then one of my absolute favorites, you've got to see the amount of cuteness, the amount of pop culture that they've built into just this one phone, the Oppo F11 Pro, the Avengers Edition. And we've got other stuff too. So let's start our retail edition of the show. Today's Cell Guru.
An all-rounder phone and a selfie-centric phone from Xiaomi are here. But are they worth your money? We find out. Samsung's mid-premium phone packs in everything you need. But is the A70 the right choice for you? We got our hands on the always sold out Oppo F11 Pro Avengers Edition. What superpowers does it have? We tell you. And Google has a lot in store for us this year, including new phones and better search.
Time now, of course, for all the news coming in. And look, we've got lots of phones, lots of launches, the OnePlus just around the corner. So lots of things happening. But I think the biggest thing that happened was Google I/O, because here's where the announcements that came in that actually change our lives, because this is what Android and the new features from Google are going to be all about. Lots of announcements.
Each year, Google holds its big I/O Developers Conference where Google showcases what the future holds for us. This year was no different. Google made a lot of announcements that will change how we search and interact with the Assistant. Here is what Google has in store for us. Android Q, the next version of Android, will include features like dark mode and AI-powered smart reply for any messaging app, not just Google-owned. Live caption will transcribe any video you're watching in real time. Google Search will come with computer vision and AR, which will enable you to see 3D images popping up in search results. For example, if you do a search for a pair of New Balance sneakers, you can view it from multiple angles and hold it up to your clothes to see if they'll match. Google Lens got updated too. Now it can translate foreign languages, read aloud, or help you pick the best dishes at a restaurant from the menu. Google Assistant will be faster and smarter. You won't have to say, "Hey Google," to shut off your alarm anymore. You can just say stop. And of course, the duplex assistant will be more sophisticated. And then there were the new Pixels, which we are about to show you on the show. Keep watching.
Come on!
Get to know India through the lens of the youth of the country. Samsung's latest campaign, India Ready Action, is all about breaking stereotypes about India with the help of the millennials in a unique way.
There's a lot of pride for the country, for India. Respect, love, pride for India is really on the rise. So when these millennials see maybe foreigners having some very stereotyped notions about what the country is about, they want to step in and they want to change that. Millennials are always ready for the action, and jumping in with video to go and find out what are those stereotypes that foreigners have about the country and what would be the true picture of India. For example, there could be stereotypes about, have friends coming in for a wedding in India from abroad, and those foreigners will say, "Oh, I'll go to India and I'm going to see the Taj Mahal. That's what India is about." Or Varanasi, that's what India about. No, there's a lot more to India. Or think about food in India and say, "Oh, India's got lots of spicy food." But really, the variety and the diversity of food in India is enormous. Similarly, clothes, culture, entertainment, Bollywood and cricket, no, there's lots more to India. Now, whether it's a metro or a city or a town or even a village, because we're available everywhere and now everyone is connected. Everyone has a view of what the real India is. So this is the opportunity for the millennials of India to showcase to the world what is the real India. And this is the kernel of the thought behind this campaign.
The company has chosen Instagram as the medium where participants can share their view of real India through short videos on themes such as food, places, entertainment, and culture. Participants can shoot videos using any smartphone and post it on Instagram accounts, tagging Samsung India using the hashtag IndiaReadyAction, hashtag City, and hashtag Theme.
And then it'll start appearing on the map, which is on Samsung.com. So on Samsung.com, we will have a map of India which will be interactive. So when a story is getting uploaded from, say, Gangtok, then that story will start appearing on the map, and you will see the whole map getting evolving over time with the kind of themes and the kind of places with the kind of content coming in.
There will be winners too.
For every week, we'll be giving out awards, 7 Galaxy A70s every week. And at the culmination, we'll be giving out 20 awards, 10 of which are going to be the Galaxy A80, which will be the world's first 48 MP rotating camera. So it's a beautiful phone. And 10 Samsung Smart TVs, 43 inches.
So we'll do the unboxing of the Google Pixel 3a and the Google Pixel 3a XL. For every one of you that had always thought, I want the capability of those amazing cameras that Google is putting in their phones, but I don't have 80, 90,000 rupees. Well, then this is your answer. So the first one I'm opening is the Google Pixel 3a, a 30,000 or so phone, very similar looking to what you would expect from a Google Pixel 3. There. So, of course, no notch on this phone, just exactly like the Google Pixel 3. From the back, if you see, it looks almost exactly like that. It's a little lighter, feels a little different, the screen size, everything else. The insides are very, very different. But remember, in terms of optics, the claim is that you're almost getting the capabilities of the Google Pixel 3. Well, you can't, because that's a 70, 80,000 rupee phone. But if you take a look at it, it looks very, very similar. So that's the Google Pixel 3a. Remember, today we're only going to do a quick unboxing and a very quick look at this phone. The next one, of course, is our XL of the same version. Let's see, did they do it very similar to what they did with the other phone that they have, which of course goes up to something like 80 or 90,000 rupees. Now, a lot of people must be wondering why Google would do something like this. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think in terms of strategy, I think it's absolutely fantastic, because how many people can actually afford a 80 or 90,000 rupee phone? So now the first thing you'll notice is that it has no notch. And at a time like this, for a 40,000 rupee phone to come with bezels that are this thick, it is a bit of a disappointment. In terms of the overall look, great. In terms of the screen, this is a good looking phone. But again, it'll all boil down to the optics and the camera. So here's what we're going to do. Today it was just an unboxing, a very quick look at the phones. We've shown the phone to you in more close-up and more detail. Next week, full review of this, and we'll even do a comparison. This versus the original Google Pixel 3, optics only. Our next story, of course, and look, today all top stories, right? I mean, even our best story, which I'm just kind of hanging on to, the Oppo F11 Pro Avengers Edition, top story, but it'll follow. We'll do this, the red box, the Redmi Y3. Now, this is Redmi getting into their super economy mode. So what do you get with a phone like the Y3 at a price that is this low? Here's the answer.
Selfie era is not coming to an end anytime soon. Every generation in the country wants a phone with a good camera, not just at the back but on the front too. And if you get that in the budget, it's more like Sone Pe Suhaga. Xiaomi does that with its latest Y3, a selfie-centric phone that comes with 32-megapixel front camera at the starting price of 9,999 rupees. So the first thing we did, we clicked a lot of selfies and they came out very well. And of course, there is the beautification mode. We even shot a video and color balance and stabilization was impressive. The rear camera is a combination of 12 plus 2 megapixels and it doesn't disappoint. The pictures were sharp with good amount of detail. The Y3 has a lot going for it. Even though it comes in a polycarbonate body, the Aura Prism effect on the blue we have for review is beautiful. It does feel slightly heavy in the hand, but that's because of the 4000 mAh battery inside it. And the battery lasts for more than a day unless you are watching non-stop movies on it. The movies might not look that great though, as it does lack a full HD display. We think this is where Xiaomi has cut costs. That said, the Y3 does come with a large 6.26 HD Plus display. The Redmi Y3 is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 632 processor, and it comes in two variants of 3GB plus 32GB and 4GB plus 64GB. It also comes with an expandable storage slot. Performance-wise, it's decent. No complaints here. It runs on Android 9 Pie with MIUI 10 on top, which you will find easy to navigate if you like Xiaomi's ecosystem. The Cellguru verdict. The Y3 is aimed at selfie lovers, and if you are one and want a selfie phone in a budget, then look no further.
Now moving on to one more Xiaomi phone. This is the Redmi 7 that comes in from them again. This is a medium-priced phone, of course, and a mid-price segment, but they've done a lot that they usually don't do. So Xiaomi not so strong in their looks and feel department, their form factor department, but this is a very, very nice looking phone, from the hues that they've given to this phone to everything else that they've put in. So let's take a look at our review of the Redmi 7.
Xiaomi has a lot going on lately. We just showed you the review of the Redmi Y3. Now let's turn our heads towards the Redmi 7, the successor of Redmi 6, which did good for Xiaomi. Now Xiaomi calls the Redmi 7 an all-rounder phone. But is it one? And is it a significant upgrade from the Redmi 6? We believe so. With the Redmi 7, we get a new design, a better chipset, bigger battery, better front camera, and a whole lot more. And the phone is priced at 7,999 rupees for the 2GB variant and 8,999 rupees for the 3GB variant. We got the 3GB RAM and 32GB storage Comet Blue variant for review, and we admit it looks far better for its price. Xiaomi has ditched the metal back that it had on the Redmi 6 and hugged a plastic one on with metal sidelines. The back now features what Xiaomi calls an Aura Smoke look, which has two color gradients. It looks chic and we don't mind how it feels in our hand at all. And the big plus is the layer of Gorilla Glass 5 on top of the screen that makes it stronger. One drawback, however, is the amount of smudges it attracts. We mean we really struggle to keep the phone clean. Hence we suggest that you use the case that comes inside the box. The display is big but not great. Yes, we do have a large 6.2 inch, but with the resolution of 720 into 1520, we feel a little let down. While most videos shot in good light will appear great on the big screen, the dull low light one may not appeal to everyone. We wanted more brightness here. We have been using the phone for a week and we didn't really face any issue in our day-to-day work. WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram all ran smoothly, and even the lighter games played well. For heavy usage and heavy games, we think you will have to shell out more money. We wish Xiaomi had given more storage than 32GB. Yes, there is a micro SD card slot to expand, but we needed a bare minimum of 64GB at the least. There's a MIUI 10 on top of Android 9 Pie on the Redmi 7, and it comes with a bunch of preloaded apps like an antivirus app and one for music. Like the Y3, this too comes with a 12 megapixel and 2 megapixel rear camera, and the camera app boasts of AI to detect scenes and adjust the camera settings automatically. There are lots of modes to play around with, like the usual Pro, Portrait mode, Still Shift, Beautification, Group Selfie, Time-Lapse and Google Lens. The photos came out well actually, especially the daylight shots. Low light shots impressed us too. While there was noise, the colors were intact. This phone is slightly heavy, but it's because of a good reason. The battery is now bumped up to 4000 mAh from 3000 on Redmi 6. The Cellguru verdict. At price points of 7,999 and 8,999 rupees, Redmi 7 does have all the basics and some of the fineness of superior Xiaomi products. While there is a lot of competition, the Redmi 7 still shines brighter than most and is certain to catch your eye in the Indian market.
Time now to move on to the Samsung A70. Now do remember, this is a phone that I'd shown you a quick preview of last time. Interesting phone at an interesting price. Triple camera at the back. Dolby sound in this. Samsung Pay is one of the additional add-ons. But I think it's more or less about the entire dynamics of the phone. The way they've put almost everything together, from the screen, which of course has that little drop notch, which is I think the preferred way to have a notch now on a phone, to the fact that the screen is absolutely fantastic on this one. The triple camera, great performance. Samsung getting to be very good with the fact that they are adding cameras on and giving you a reason why. So it's not just the same thing. Each of the lenses again plays a very, very different role. So here's a quick look at the Samsung A70 at a very interesting price point.
Samsung has been bringing their A game to their successful A series, and now comes the top of the line model, for now, of this series. This is the Galaxy A70. Unlike its predecessors, This phone falls into the above 25k segment with a price tag of 28,990 rupees for the 6GB RAM variant. But let's take a deeper look and see if this phone amps things up for the A series as much as they have to its price. At first glance, the Samsung Galaxy A70 looks very premium. It is a beautiful phone, and in fact it looks like a larger version of its predecessor, the Galaxy A50. There are 3 color variants, white, blue and black. We got the black one for review. It looks nice, it's not flashy even though it comes with a subtle gradient effect when the light falls on it. The plastic panel at the back attracts some amount of smudges though. From the front, the display is even more gorgeous than the design of the phone. It is a typical Samsung Super AMOLED display, but the sheer size of the phone makes it an immersive one. The size, to be specific, is 6.7 inches and it is a full HD Plus display. The colors were very good and sharp. There is a tiny notch on top which is pretty inconspicuous, and it is what Samsung calls an Infinity U display. This phone is for people who love watching videos. We say this not only because of the display but also because it comes with Dolby Atmos with a 360-degree surround sound experience. It really is very good even when we tried them on ordinary earphones. Coming to the optics, the A70 comes with a triple camera setup at the back. This includes a 32-megapixel main low-light lens, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens and a 5-megapixel depth camera. The images on this phone were impressive. The wide-angle images capture a 123-degree field of view and the edges are not distorted too much. The depth on the live focus mode was adequate. All in all, the camera is one of the highlights of the A70. Even the front shooter does a decent job. There is a 32-megapixel front camera which gave us sharp and clear selfies in daylight. The A70 packs in a 4500 mAh battery. This is pretty sufficient for one day of heavy use. There is a 25-watt supercharge feature which juices up the phone pretty quickly. Samsung does disappoint on the processor front with a Snapdragon 675 chipset, considering other brands are offering the slightly better 700 series at similar price points. But having said that, the phone performs well. The Galaxy A70 comes with One UI on top of Android 9 Pie. This is a good add-on since One UI makes using this large phone a breeze with just one hand. Samsung has also brought Samsung Pay to this phone along with Knox Security. The verdict? The Samsung Galaxy A70 is a big beauty. It has exceptional optics and a stunning display, but we do wish the price point was a little more accessible for this phone. That said, it is a good all-rounder phone and we cannot wait for something more revolving in this series to hit India soon.
Let's take a quick break right now. On the show, when we come back, this and a whole lot more. If you haven't seen the movie, watch it because Endgame is actually worth it in every single way. Now, I'm not endorsing the movie, I'm just building up to the phone. So this is the Avengers edition of the Oppo F11 Pro. I'm going to tell you this right in the beginning because this is the #1 question that is asked of me. Other than the fact that it's packed in a very, very interesting box, has a lot of cute memorabilia inside it, has that pop-up ring within the cover. Other than that, is there anything different in the phone? The answer is a flat no. But the phone looks very different, and for 3,000 bucks, I think they're giving you more than enough. Very justified why this phone is selling out every single time. So you start off straight away with the collection certificate. Now, this in itself is a collector's item. Then comes the phone, and I have to take out the phone and show you that normally what they do with it is not so good, but this time they've done a great job with this. So once again, I'm repeating it so that you don't ask this question again. Everything about the phone, including the pop-out, the slide-out, middle camera, everything remains exactly the same. You're basically buying the Oppo F11 Pro, but you're paying a little bit of a premium for a whole lot more. This is easily a better looking phone, especially the back. And look, you're going to put this phone down, everyone's going to ask you. And now that the Avengers edition of this movie Endgame is going to be maybe the biggest grossing movie ever, this could be an interesting phone for you to hold on to. What else do they give in the box? Let me show you. The charger and the cable is exactly the same. There was a rumor that they had all different kind of logos and insignia on that. nothing like that. This is the other part of it that is really, really cool. They're giving you this cover with it, and this is again worth the money spent. It has this little pop-out thing. It has the Captain America shield with the pop-out ring. So this really works very, very well. Very quick look at the phone and everything else.
The movie that has broken all records is breaking some more in the smartphone world. Meet the Oppo F11 Pro Marvel's Avengers Edition. This phone was sold out within the first 1 hour of going on sale this week. But let's take a good look at this marvel and see if this phone is as much of a hero. Well, when you open the Avengers Edition box, there is a shiny certificate of a collector's badge. It feels every bit exclusive. On further going into the box is the phone itself. The Oppo F11 Pro Avengers Edition has a stunning gradient back with an intricate hexagonal pattern. The signature's Avengers A logo stands out in red on the space blue back, as Oppo calls it. There are red accents around the power button as well. The box comes with a Captain America case which has a leatherite feel to it and comes with a cute Captain America shield as the phone holder. The phone is priced at 27,990 rupees, which is around 3,000 rupees more than the regular F11 Pro Edition starting price. The rest of the specification in this phone remain the same. There is a 6GB RAM on board in this edition, coupled with a 128GB of storage space. There's no running out of juice on this powerful phone since it comes with a 4000 mAh battery along with Whoop Flash Charge 3.0. The pop-up star is still there for selfies. And there is a 48 megapixel rear camera with a 5 megapixel lens as well. The Oppo F11 Pro was quite a powerhouse in itself, and now with the Avengers Endgame edition, Oppo is cashing in on the frenzy and has Marvel fans like us very intrigued.
So lots has happened on the show this week, but lots happening next week, including, of course, the quick preview unboxing I did of the two new Google Pixel 3a and 3a XL. That goes in depth.